And we are back here live from the practice courts at this 50th U.S. Open. We have defending champ Sloane Stephens, the number 3 seed, the top-ranked American woman who just took the court. She's preparing for her match coming in the evening session, the first match of the evening session at Arthur Ashe Stadium at 7 p.m. Eastern. She'll be facing Elise Mertens of Belgium. The two have faced once before, with Sloane being upset by Mertens in Cincinnati just a couple of weeks ago. That a straight set victory for the Belgian. Sloane had a difficult match in the second round of the Open against Kalinina, a 3-set battle. Sloane dropping the first set before rebounding and winning the final two. Sloane, however, looking much better in her third round match against two-time Grand Slam champion Victoria Azarenka. Azarenka, a former U.S. Open finalist as well. Sloane defeating Azarenka 6-3, 6-4, a straight set victory. Sloane is looking to continue her title defense this year and become the first player to defend their U.S. Open title since 2014 and the 23rd person in U.S. Open history to defend their title. Her opponent is the first Belgian to reach the round of 16 in the U.S. Open since 2010. This is Sloane Stephens' 7th main draw appearance here at the U.S. Open. She became the 5th unseeded woman to win a major in the Open era at last year's U.S. Open, her first major. She was just under 70 days from returning from an 11-month injury layoff. She was only a couple weeks after her ranking dropped to its low point of number 957 in the world. She was ranked number 83 in the world coming into the tournament, and of course capped a historic summer comeback by taking home the U.S. Open title. She upset Cibulkova, Venus Williams, and Madison Keys in the process. Before last year's title run, her previous best effort here in Flushing Meadows was the round of 16 in 2013 when she lost to eventual champion Serena Williams. She missed the 2016 U.S. Open due to a right foot injury. Sloane has battled injuries throughout her career, of course, showed so much promise as a focal point of the future of American tennis when she reached the Australian Open semifinal in 2013 at just 19 years old. She lost to Serena Williams in that semifinal, but got to 11 in the world still as a teenager after, of course, her illustrious junior career, reaching the top 5 world ranking in juniors, as well as 3 junior Grand Slam doubles titles. Sloane, however, battled through injuries over the past couple of years, but is back and now a Grand Slam champion. Still just 25 years old, the number 3 ranked woman in the world. She was a French Open finalist this year, losing to Simona Halep. That was Halep's first Grand Slam title. Sloane also winning the Miami Open, defeating Yelena Ostapenko in the final. Last year she was the WTA Comeback Player of the Year and has come back even stronger in 2018. See her out there with her coach, Kamau Murray, a former Florida A&M Rattler. Sloane had a disappointing performance in Wimbledon, losing in the first round, but bounced back in the summer season. She reached the finals of the Canadian Open a few weeks ago, losing to Simona Halep 6-4 in the third set. That certainly one of the matches of the year. She is at her career high number 3 in the world. This is her highest seeding at a major as well. The most recent number 3 seed to win the women's title at the U.S. Open, Maria Sharapova, in 2006. Her opponent, Mertens, has 8 top 20 wins in 2018, most recently over Sevastova and Svitolina. Earlier Sloane Stephens, one of 3 Americans to reach the round of 16. Of course, Madison Keys and Serena Williams both doing so as well. A tournament leading 23 American women began the tournament. This, of course, another golden age of American women's tennis. Of course, last year, all 4 semifinalists in the Open were American women. Sloane Stephens taking some volleys and overheads. Jim in the comments saying, let's go Sloane. Sarah in the comments saying, do you think Sloane could beat Serena Williams? Serena Williams on court right now in a battle with Kaya Kanepi. Serena taking the first set 6-love, but Kanepi getting up early in the second set. The two of them, Serena Williams and Sloane Stephens, have played 6 times in their career. And Serena wins the all-time head-to-head 5-1, and most recently playing in 2015. With the way they're both playing now, it would be tough to call that match, that's for sure. Serena seems to be playing some of the best tennis of her career, let alone since coming back from having her first child last year. Serena with one of the most dominant performances against her sister Venus in their storied careers just a couple of nights ago, a 6-1, 6-2 victory for the 23-time Grand Slam champion. But Sloane, of course, is playing some exceptional tennis as well. Sloane Stephens now warming up her serve. As strong as Sloane Stephens' serve is, her return game has been even stronger thus far in the U.S. Open. So far in the U.S. Open, or coming into the U.S. Open, I should say, she ranked 2nd on tour behind Simona Halep for winning percentage both in return points and return games, both just under 50%. In her first round match against Rodina, she won 4 of 8 return games during a straight set victory. Sloane becoming one of the best returners in the game, of course, incredibly athletic, so skilled as well. Sloane Stephens 4-6 in her career in Grand Slam round of 16 matches, 1-1 in the round of 16 at the U.S. Open. Sloane had a difficult start to the year, of course, with significantly more pressure on her now as a Grand Slam champion in the first Grand Slam of the year. She lost in the first round in the Australian Open, but since then has posted a 30-11 win-loss record, certainly turning her season around. Sloane Stephens just the 2nd American after Lindsay Davenport to defeat both Williams sisters in Grand Slam match play. She's also one of only 2 players who have wins over both Venus and Serena, but have never reached the #1 world ranking. Sloane, of course, hoping to add the #1 world ranking to her resume at some point in the near future. Taking you around the grounds, Kaya Kanepi has clinched the 2nd set against Serena Williams. Serena now serving to start the third set, that on Arthur Ashe Stadium in Louis Armstrong Stadium, the newly renovated and dedicated Louis Armstrong Stadium. Milos Raonic and John Isner, the two big servers. Isner, the 11 seed and top-ranked American. Raonic, the 25 seed, have split sets. Third set about to begin. And on grandstand, Sevastova and Svitolina, a battle of two top 20 players in the world, about to be underway. Of course, the Junior U.S. Open starting today as well, and the number 1 seed, Corey Goff, the 14-year-old young American, had a win today in her first round. Beth in the comments saying, "Go Sloane." Kurt commenting on the Serena-Kanepi match, saying that he doubts Kanepi can upset Serena, but Kanepi always a surprise player. Kyle in the comments saying, "Go Sloane, back-to-back champ." Dawn saying, "I'm glad she's back." Of course, we're all happy to see Sloane finally healthy for an extended period of time and playing elite tennis, as we all thought she could. Let us hear your predictions for tonight's matchup for Sloane Stephens as she tries to reach the quarterfinals. Of course, keep it locked in with us on U.S. Open social media. We have still more to come in just about 15 minutes at 5:30 Eastern. We'll be bringing you Juan Martín del Potro's practice live. Of course, tomorrow, another day filled with action. Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and many more as well. Shelby Brander here with you all tournament long, bringing you live player practices and behind-the-scenes coverage. Sloane's match expected to begin at just after 7 p.m. Eastern, but of course all that dependent on the finish of Serena Williams and Kaia Kanepi, their third set just beginning. Serena came out today with an 18-minute 6-love first set, one of the more dominant sets of the tournament, but Kanepi rallied back in the second set, regained her momentum, got an early break, and took the second set 6-4. Sloane now showing that exceptional return, second on the women's tour in return game win percentage. Murray pleased with the returns that Sloane's hitting thus far, gives her a nod. Fans filling the seats here around the practice courts watching the top-ranked American Sloane Stephens. Sloane, a South Florida native. And the first of the next generation of young American women to capture their first Grand Slam title. Of course, Madison Keys, last year's finals, looking for her first Grand Slam title. And to the roar of the crowd in Arthur Ashe Stadium, the crowd so loud that we can hear them here at the practice court. Serena Williams in a tough game holding serve to open up the third and decisive set against 44 in the world, the Estonian Kaia Kanepi. And as Sloane hits their last couple returns before heading back in the locker room to prepare for her match later today, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with you in just about 10 to 15 minutes with the number 3 man in the world, Juan Martín del Potro. The 2009 champ will be out here on the practice courts preparing for his match against next-gen Croatian Borna Coric. All that and so much more, so stay tuned. We'll be back.